There's not a whole lot going on in video games right now, so I'm going to do a comic book story. This is from BoundingToComics.com. Ascendant Star Spangled Squadron artist Jinky Coronado responds to critics of her art who say real women don't look like that. Basically, this is an interview that they did with her. She's got a Ascendant Star Spangled artist Jinky Coronado did a variant cover for the upcoming crowdfunded graphic novel, as well as Ashcan, focused on the character Stiletto, recently explained how she would respond to critics of her who say real women don't look like that. And here's some of her art. It looks really cool. I like it. I mean, nice, sexy looking women and stuff. I mean, she could have some sexy looking men in there. That's cool. That's fine. Talks about the crowdfunding on Indiegogo. It's already raised over $26,000 raised in the first 24 hours. Books creator, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. I mean, no offense, I'll link this stuff. I don't. I'll link this stuff in the description. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Look at that. There we go. Hell yeah. But anyway, but basically, talking about how this is an interview on top of Coronado addressing her critics. She also provided details on what the comic book scene looks like in the Philippines, which is where she's from. How she got involved with the Ascendant Star Spangled Squadron, and if she happened to ascend, what her superpower would be. I won't go into all the details. You can read that because, like I said, I'll link this in the description if you care to watch or read it. I mean, here's what she looks like. She's beautiful. She was a former pageant, beauty pageant model or contestant. Yeah, obviously she's very attractive. The part I want to talk about specifically here, she's talking about how she ended up marrying her teacher, basically from a recreating comics seminar in Manila. She goes on, talks her some more of her stuff. They ask her what her process is. Do you digital? Do you do the old school analog? I guess I don't know what you'd call it. You have a reputation for drawing very sexy characters. Pinup style comic art has been controversial or become controversial in recent years. Have you had to tame it down lately? Which publishers still embrace your style? And she said, if someone has a problem with a pretty girl drawing pretty girls, it is indeed their problem, which it is, not mine. If you don't like it, then you're not my audience. They can move on to something more suiting their likes. I don't like sandwiches much, but I don't stop other people from eating sandwiches. I won a bunch of beauty pageants before getting married and was a calendar model, an FHM lingerie model after getting married, so I always had no problem with sexy stuff. And she talks about how she can kind of draw in different styles. She could do a cartoon style, a sexy style that looks like a Dean Eagle mixed with J. Scott Campbell, clean, pretty, real style. Basically, then she talks about the differences and so on and such forth. And she goes on, this is the kind of stuff. How do people react to your art when you share it online? My fans love it. Of course they would. I mean, it's good art. I mean, hell, look at it. And she said, how would you respond or reply to someone who criticizes your illustrations by saying real women don't look like that? She said it's a two-level answer. First, have they ever watched a beauty pageant? Which is a good point. Whoops. God damn it. Checked out the women on Instagram. Real women do look like that. Second, we're not drawing average women, we're drawing make-believe. Characters that fly, people with powers or from other dimensions or worlds. They can accept people shooting power beams out of their fingers, but if those people have long fingernails or can run in high heels, that's crossed the line. I have long fingernails and can run in high heels, by the way. These are all valid points. I mean, it's the same way like in Hollywood. The vast majority of people in Hollywood movies and TV shows and stuff are good-looking people. They don't get average-looking Joes like me to be in these movies. Or if they are, they're like the side characters, or they're if even that, or they're like background people or something like that. You want good-looking, attractive men and women to be in your movies and your TV shows and all that stuff. And she goes on, talks a little more about some of this stuff. They show some more of her art, which I mean, I think this art's really badass. I'm pretty sure most other people do as well. Even several other artists on the project are Filipino. What's the comic book scene like there? Is there a distinct Filipino comic book style? Is it more like Western or manga style? She said, when I first started, there was a classic Filipino style that was best shown in the USA by Nestor Redondo, Alfredo Alcala, Tony Duzaniga, and Rudy Neves. Over the past couple decades of Filipinos, many of them trained by Glasshouse, developed their own versions of more Americanized styles. Then it goes on, it continues. I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I've already gone over 4.5 minutes. I just wanted to make this video about, here's an attractive woman drawing attractive characters. Someone who looked, fairly like her. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a self-insert because the character was created, before her. coming on board. But at the same time, it's like it's similar enough that you can say, okay, right on, and people will still complain about it. People will complain about this kind of art. It's like, get a life, basically. That's all I gotta say. I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.